One word I would use to describe my experience at iMove is enlightening. What I've learned about my body through this process has been just eye-opening in terms of how to not just get better here, but to stay healthy for like the longevity of my active life. When I came into iMove, I was struggling with a lower back injury. So my injury with my back was really preventing me from doing everything that I loved, right? Working out in the gym, being an active member of my family, playing with my kids. There was nothing that wasn't touched by that injury. So the reason I chose iMove is that I had a relationship with Dan. I'd known him working out at the gym. He was very knowledgeable. He was always giving tips about how to move, and seemed to be very caring about people having good quality movement. I had been to see chiropractors and masseuses and PTs, and a lot of those have been maintenance for fixing injuries I had and kind of getting back to being right, but those things would crop up again, and it really came down to being curious about his a rehab style and what he had to offer. It just seemed so unique and more geared towards longevity and preventing injuries from happening again, and that was something I was really interested in trying. I'm having more success at iMove, and it goes back to that point of getting that enlightenment here. Like I'm learning about what is causing these injuries to start and just how to move my body throughout my day-to-day and throughout my workouts to prevent those things from happening. It's like when the injuries were happening before, it was just a symptom, or I was just being a victim of it. But now, as I move, it's just so eye-opening to say like, oh, these are the little things that I can be doing to adjust where it's not going to be happening again. And having that knowledge of knowing what it takes to prevent those injuries from happening is really what I feel is like leading to success and making this a really successful endeavor. So what's changed for me since working with iMove is really that knowledge piece. I kind of talked to Dan about when I come here, it's like going to class. It's like I get to learn more about why I move the way I do move, what I should be doing, and kind of going through all of those movements throughout life and throughout the gym that may be enacting those body positions that were flaring up injuries or causing injury, knowing how to prevent those now and before I go into them, being actively aware of how to be moving to have better form where I'm not going to be getting injured makes all the difference. Yeah, so now that I've been coming to iMove and getting treatment, again, it's back to the basics of like being able to go to the gym, go 100%, not have to worry about getting injured, not having to take time out after being injured. I'm really excited for snowboarding season coming up this year, and all of the aches and pains that I used to have to deal with before being addressed with the same techniques that I've learned with Dan going through the gym now. Getting on the floor, playing with my kids is easier. Just it's sleeping better at night. It's holistic. So I'll be honest, I don't think iMove is for everybody. And I think there's a certain clientele that is going to be successful here. So it's somebody who cares about their body for the longevity. It's somebody who maybe has gone through injuries and have tried quick fixes of going to see a PT, going to get a chiropractor, get your back cracked, or going to see a masseuse to get something worked out. And those things haven't worked. Those are the people I think are going to find the real joy and the benefit of coming to iMove here. It's not just a quick fix. It is a deep dive into who you are, how you move, and what can be making you really healthier holistically.